Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. This is a daily close for Bitcoin to see what happened, what it might happen next, of course, for Bitcoin. Now everyone thinks that we might have topped. I believe not yet. I'm the first one who is looking for the top here, but it is not given yet. Even thought that we touched the blue box and we retraced a little bit, it doesn't mean that we're moving directly towards the downside. We might still, of course, looking here for a little bit higher to move, of course, in a ending diagonal for a wave 5, where we have touched already the 886 taken from the 1 to the 2 here, and then looking for 3, 4, and a 5 potentially in an ending diagonal. And that because, of course, there is a lot of moon boys who are very excited right now and still entering the market towards the moon, right? So basically, that's why we see, of course, a little bit more ending diagonal for this whole move. And after it, of course, we might start to move towards the downside. This is the first scenario, of course. Second scenario, well, it still can be, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside, finishing wave 5 in an impulse, and of course, hitting directly the 100K, wave C, and moving toward the downside. Very psychological number and very psychological area, of course, to be hit. If we hit it, of course, therefore, yeah, it might be, of course, a very formal here area where everyone thinks we are moving to the moon, and yeah, we might, of course, crash towards the downside after a wave C. So those are the bullish scenario here where we might still move a little bit higher, whether an ending diagonal or with an impulse. The other scenario where we can drop directly, well, you would like to see something very, very intense, not like this, guys. What I mean, something like this, yeah, that would be something interesting, right? I mean, at least, yeah. So I don't see, of course, an intensity here to move towards the downside. Therefore, I'm still looking, of course, for higher, whether in an ending diagonal or in an impulse. Another scenario is that you might still be corrective. And that means we have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, that's fine. And now you're creating a correction. And this correction is going to unfold in another impulse toward the upside for a 100K scenario. Again, FOMO and a lot of moon boys getting in. We're going to the moon, get in the bus, and yeah, so, and then everyone just sat, right? Um, yeah, so I mean everyone, of course, I'm talking about whales and institution and smart people and rich people, of course, who has control in the market. And this is how they flash everyone to get rich, right? Much more than ever. And basically, this is what I'm looking for right now as this scenario, which is a W, X, Y, X, and a Z. And in this case, you would like to see, of course, a formation of a three-ways corrective, which we potentially are looking at it right now, and then moving one leg toward the upside, 1 to 1 fib level, hit the 100K and around it, and flash everyone very fast, right? And we are looking at this W, X, Y, X, and a Z, where you see, of course, all the X inside it just simply sideways in clean triangles. Yeah? Very clean triangles. A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, and A. Okay? So basically, you have also A, B, C zigzag. You have the A, which is basically three waves here. And you have a wave B definitely hitting the 886. Very convincing for ABC. You have another A, B, and a C. It's an impulse correction impulse. You have a sideways correction for a wave X. And currently, you might be working on the final zigzag. How much beautiful those three zigzag and flats based on scale and matching together perfectly as well for the X's. They match so well and so perfectly. That means, of course, this scenario is unfolding as high possibility. For me, it is a high possibility, unless to get, of course, much more sure that we are not in this scenario, because, of course, there is different reaction in both scenarios. If this scenario unfolds, the reaction after it is gonna be like really fast, flashing everyone. Okay, so this is might be, of course, a very aggressive and very fast move towards the downside. I think we saw these before for Bitcoin. Such a moves like this. All right, this one is calling over there. All right, if we get, of course, a 100k in an ABC in a WXY X and a Z. Because after a very complex structure like this, forcing the market to move towards the upside, and the market is showing you signals that, oh, I'm exhausted. Yeah, so I cannot create an impulse. I'm exhausted. Yeah, and it did not finish an impulse. Therefore, it's gonna simply explode towards the downside, guys. This is psychology. This is how chart are can be reading, of course, through Elliott wave, guys. This is what we're doing. And basically, if we get an ABC, well, this can be, of course, unfolding several different scenarios. A wave C can unfold simply 3 waves towards the downside, okay? Or it can be, of course, an impulse, but I doubt that it's going to be aggressive like the WXYX and a Z. Yeah, it's that one is gonna be destroyer, but this one as a normal ABC, which it might ends up in ending diagonal. This might be an impulse, but not really aggressive, or it can be, of course, big 3 waves towards the downside. Why big 3 waves towards the downside? Here we go. Why? Let's move to the 2 hours chart. A little bit bigger would be nicer. So if we finish an A, B, and a C toward the upside, you finish 3 waves. You're looking for 3 waves down and potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish a major wave B, because you finished here already a wave A. In that case scenario, you might, of course, move just in 3 waves and, of course, continuation for higher later on. In case that you are looking at a wave A finished here as an W, X, and a Y this time, you are looking at another W, X, and a Y finished here as 3 waves corrective, 3 waves up, 3 waves down, 3 waves up, meaning W, X, and a Y, finishing, of course, a wave B. But this wave B here is, of course, is a small wave B, meaning you are in an A, B, and a C to finish a major wave A. And this might unfold again a wave B, which this time is gonna be lower, of course, and of course this is gonna lower the bearish market here, right? So then having 3 waves up for a wave B and then moving for a wave C, and then the bull run starts, yeah, again. And that because we are not yet ready to move for a new all-time high. As you know, we are in a bear market on the daily. Let me just refresh the scenario that we are looking at here on the daily, which is this one, guys. We are looking at this scenario to finish, of course, after we finished 5 waves impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We have finished a wave 1. We are looking at a wave 2, of course, and we need minimum requirement time for this, plus a minimum fib level. Imagine we're moving right now in a bull run. We did not reach the 0.23 yet. So these are the possibilities. What I'm looking for is an ABC, and this is what I'm saying, the aggressive wave C that you might have as an impulse might unfold a wave B later on, and then one more move toward the downside, finishing perfectly at the 0.38 and moving toward the upside for a new bull run, of course, after the time required for it. Don't forget today the updates on X. We have updated Veracity, VRA, and Ondo, and also FET. Yep, that was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you tomorrow in the live stream. Bye-bye.